Greetings. This is Scholar Saunders Scene. What's current? Harvey Weinstein. He could take the stand. He could take the stand. And if he does take the stand, then what will that yield? What will that represent? What will that show if he actually takes the stand? Well, for the lawyers, the prosecutors, they're going to try to, have it in their mind. Salute to Texas. Texas says, "Go back to Jesus Part 2." Salute again, Part 2. But that's all he's going to say. He's going to come in, say one thing, and then leave. But anyway, I just don't see it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it with a clear-eyed view. I'm not seeing with the same kind of idealism as some people are saying. Harvey Weinstein is a piece of excrement, but less. Like, he's worse than excrement. There's uses for excrement. There's villages in Africa that convert excrement into fuel and power their homes. You always hear those stories. They take urine and fecal matter and power their houses and their homes. Texas says Harvey Weinstein did nothing wrong. Okay, now we're on to other stuff with Texas. He actually did something wrong. He did 3 things wrong. He committed rape. That's facts. That's not, you can't. There's no going against that. That's an actual factual kind of thing. It's reality. So we have to at least acknowledge that. Acknowledge my hat. That's Mr. Celery. But anyway, yeah, Weinstein definitely did something wrong, and it's going to be the job of the defense to try to sway the jurors to think otherwise. It's going to be an uphill battle, as any other cliche you can say. It's going to be like hell trying to get this case, brought into some semblance of reality. It's probably going to be a circus. I'm sure somebody may yell out something during the trial, saying that he's a rapist. He's a rapist or something. I mean, I'm just throwing sauce on it. But I can imagine that happening. I can see it actually going that direction. I can actually see it happening. I can actually see he wobbling or taking a wheelchair, or a walker, and going up into the stand and saying his 2 cents, give his piece. All right, Texas is saying those women agreed to what he wanted and then benefited professionally and financially afterwards. Those women don't say anything to her after they made money. Is that the case? Is that what's really going down in the streets? Do you have proof of that, Texas? Can you show documents? Can you show evidence? Can you show proof of that? They have proven behind a shadow of a doubt that he committed 3 cases of rape. That is documented, that is full, and that is real, and that cannot be discarded from the record. That's reality. But all I'm asking is, can we free Harvey Weinstein? Can we free him? Can we free him? I'm just asking the question. Can we free Harvey Weinstein? Is it possible? Will this trial, be his shot? Because, like I said, Cosby got out. R. Kelly looking like he might go out. I don't know when his parole is, but he may have some kind of leeway. But then again, he may not. He had child pornography, so that's usually not. That's usually something that sticks. He's got 31 years. But Weinstein, he has a shot. This is a shot. This is his shot. This is his ability to show what it is. 2 viewers, 2 likes. I am not mad. Y'all are taking time out of your day to see me. I appreciate that. You should be appreciative too. Tell like 6 other people. Why does it look like my hat is crooked? Crazy. All right. So yeah, I just don't see 3 likes. Thanks. Weinstein, 1 viewer, of course. It always happens. But I don't think Weinstein has too much of a shot. He doesn't have a shot, but this is America. This is weird, weirdo town, this is weird street USA, we're all freaks and geeks and ready to trick off and freak off and do things all under the cover of on the guise of the American flag. And we'll see what Weinstein does. Let's see what Texas says. Texas says no, he might have gave them an ultimatum, but those women chose their careers over their bodies. Oh, well, still. I still need evidence. I still need proof. That's hearsay that they chose their careers over their bodies. What is true is that he was convicted of 3 counts of rape. 3 counts of rape. And that's nothing to sneeze at. That's some serious time. Those are serious offenses. And I can only imagine that he will be, peppered with all kinds of different, thoughts and arguments that will set him on the wrong course. Try to steer him on the wrong way. He will not get out of that rut, most likely. I think that the lawyers that are against him will body him. They will tie him up. They will catch him in a lie if possible. He may be caught. He may perjure himself. It's possible. I won't put anything past any of them. I'm serious. Like none of this. Like all these, I think it's 70 to 80. I think it was 70 to 80 women and 3 counts of rape. I don't know how you get those numbers, because otherwise he didn't get any charges for sexual assault. He didn't get any charges for bribery or anything like that. He just got it for 3 counts of rape, and that was enough to put him away to a prison. So we have to really, account for all that. We have to really show the fact that we have some semblance of order. And hold on, let me take this off. This is kind of crazy. I thought it was gonna look nice. It's messing me up. That's not my flow. All right, so I mean, all of that, and what do we get? What do we get in return? We get an old, battered, old man. At the end of it, at the twilight of his life, he's at the end of his days. He doesn't have much time left, and we're still trying to figure out. Well, did he do it? Well, they say he did it. Court cases say he did it. The law and the official count says that he committed 3 counts of rape. You can't dismiss that. That hasn't been expunged. That hasn't been dismissed. That hasn't been what's the word? I'm looking for the word. Excused or pardoned. That's what he hasn't been pardoned. I mean, I think Trump has the ability to pardon him if he wanted to. Did he have secret conversations with Trump? Did they have some kind of relationship at all? Let me see if there's any pictures floating around the internet with Trump and Harvey Weinstein. It doesn't show. I wait a minute. There's a. they're not really showing any other pictures with them together. I don't think they really hung out together and knew each other like that. But it doesn't matter. You can easily get somebody off, and you have no idea, you had no connection with them. Texas says, yeah, those convictions were during the BS Me Too movement. What is the Me Too movement 2.0? They're trying to take down, oh goddamn, what's his name? Not Bradley Cooper. God damn it, what's his name? Shit, I can't think of his name. Looking up his name right now. Russell Brand. That's his goddamn name. Russell Brand. And of course, I'm waiting for it. Wait for it. Diddy. If you haven't noticed yet. So you got Russell Brand and Diddy as the new Me Too movement 2.0. And they're looking at, you know, Diddy's definitely looking at, you know, some serious charges. He's locked up. I don't think Russell Brand is locked up. Texas says Weinstein hung out with the Clintons on other pieces of crap Democrats. Yeah. Yeah, the Clintons are terrible, horrible, you know, despicable human beings. They're not rape. I think, you know, what Clinton did in the Oval Office with Miss Lewinsky, I think that was consensual. It wasn't like he was forcing her to do anything, but he's just as despicable and ugly and disgusting. Maybe not to the degree of a Weinstein, but he's on that level. He's on the spectrum, let's say. And of course, the Clintons, Hillary Clinton's a despicable, ugly. I mean, not. I mean, I mean, she's an ugly person inside, but she's not, you know, the most attractive woman either. But I'm talking about her characteristics, her attributes, her mental and moral standing more so than her physical standing. It's disgusting. Both the Clintons were on the infamous island. I did not know that. I know they were on the Epstein Island. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. So, I mean, just that ball that dropped with, you know, no pun intended and pause, with the bomb that dropped really, with the Me Too situation. That was so significant. That was so powerful that occurred. You know, so we have to really look into that as a fact, as a true kind of way of dealing with things. Weinstein is, like I always say, he's not even metaphorically, he's not even a human being, and he to call him a dog or a toad or a snake or anything like that, that is to demean and to devalue snakes, dogs, and toads. He is lower than that. And they're not that, they're not low. They're just animals. They just go by their nature. But he's just a hunk of flesh. He's a hunk of flesh. Um, he still has life within him. I'm surprised he hasn't got hemmed up by, you know, various people within the jail cell. They don't take well to rapists. Rapists don't usually get a good fair shake. They must got him on a maximum lockdown. I think he was released to general public though, but I'm not sure. Texas says women only claim great or SAA. Exactly, he's on a good level. Yeah, you can't say it in the in the chat. Um, uh, after they made money in Hollywood. I don't know if that's actually true. If you give me documents and statements, I mean, I could course, you know, I could, you know, cover them and see through what is true or not. But as it stands now, it's not really that real. I don't see it as such. I don't see it as such. I think with Weinstein though, I think he has you know, very low chances. I mean, it's just like, it's what are we doing with Diddy? What are we gonna do with Diddy? And Cassie might take the stand. Cassie might take the stand. If that happens, there is no God, but God help Diddy. And Weinstein, what does he got? He's got a 3 convictions of rape. How's he going to dig himself out of that hole? How's he going to repair that? He won't be able to. It'll be a very, cold day in hell, but there is the cold layer of hell, like Dante pointed out. Dante Alighieri, I think it's pronounced his name. There is the low. I think the lowest level, or one of the lowest levels of hell, is actually frozen. It's actually ice. So he could have it. He could have a day that hell, freezes over. This is a new trial. Everything is new, and it's America. It's America. When you have an American system, you have to evaluate things on American way. We are the country of BS. We are so full of BS, it doesn't matter. We create and recreate things over and over again. We make sure if something sells and something doesn't sell, we recreate and we try to do something different, or something similar. It's either too different or it's something too close. I'll give you an example. Michael Jackson, when he came out with the album, I know I'm going off on a tangent a little bit here, but just see if you can go on where I'm going. Michael Jackson came out with Thriller. He sold 80 to 100 million albums. No one had ever done that ever. Not even the Beatles. Nobody on a solitary album, one disc, one phonographic record, tape CDs. It wasn't maybe very few CDs at that time. Then he came out years later with Bad, and how much did that sell? 30 million. So it's a failure. It's a failure. And what did most people try to do? They tried to recreate and try to retread what Michael Jackson did, and they failed. They failed themselves. So that's just the way of America. Texas says, yeah, look at the so-called victims. They claimed SA after they made money. They didn't file a report with a week of when it allegedly happened. I did not know that. If you can just send me a link to where that is, I would definitely verify that. I cannot confirm nor deny your assertions on my platform. Just saving my own rear end on this case. But yeah, so Weinstein, it doesn't matter. That's the one thing that is so crucial about the American system. It doesn't matter. I mean, you have people like Diddy and Weinstein. So very accomplished, high level, very powerful men. The justice system looks at you and says, "Nope, we don't care. It doesn't matter. We don't care. Doesn't matter." And that's the thing with Weinstein. Weinstein, he had his opportunity in court prior to this, and he was found guilty on 3 counts. I mean, what is that to say? What is that to say about his mental capacity? What has these past few years? I think it's been at least 5 years. I want to say it was 2020, 2021 when he definitely was in prison. It could be 4 years. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure, but he definitely has been in prison for the past few years. And with this new trial, I was listening to some legal experts, and they're saying, we're just going to probably look at somebody saying mistrial, hung jury, something like that. That's probably what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be a mistrial or hung jury, and he's going to have to, face whatever penalties or whatever, things that could go against him altogether. That's the way okay. Texas got some paperwork for me. He came through. Jessica Mann takes the stand in Harvey Weinstein, I don't know why I said Weinstein, rape trial. Jessica Mann, one of two women Harvey Weinstein is charged with raping, testified in the Manhattan courtroom Friday. She says she maintained a relationship with him because of inexperience and naivete. Okay, I can't read all of this, but okay, it's essentially saying she moved to LA when she was 25. In 2013, she and Weinstein met up at the Doubletree Hotel in New York where she was staying with friends. Mann says she had set up a breakfast meeting with Weinstein and her friends, but she says he showed up early, checking into the hotel, and became angry when she asked when he was getting a room. She described his demeanor in that moment as like a drill sergeant. She says he brought her, to the room he just booked, where he raped her. It's that rape that Weinstein is charged with in New York. Mann says she was deeply embarrassed by the episode and hid that what had happened from the friend she was staying with. Weinstein's defense team had only begun their cross-examination when the day ended. His attorney, Donna Rotano, began by accusing Mann of manipulating Weinstein, using him for his power in the film industry. Rotano noted that Weinstein got Mann invited to parties, premieres, and other entertainment industry events. Jessica Mann described complicated feelings about the relationship, being alternately charmed and afraid. Weinstein and his team say that all of his sexual encounters were consensual. And well, the court didn't find them too consensual. That's the reality. Texas says this says when one of the victims says that the sexual assault happened. He was first arrested in 2018. Yeah, he was first arrested in 2018, but he didn't go to prison until I think the 2020s. Something like that. Early 2020, I think he went into prison. Something like that. Can't remember exactly. But this is going to be a game changer for him. This is definitely going to be a game changer. This is going to be really big, huge. This is going to be a staple in American law history. Here's Texas. He says this. My point is they didn't say anything till after they made money. So after they made money, they didn't open their mouth. But did they open their legs? Or did he open their legs? Because apparently 3 times he opened their legs. Or their mouth. Or something else. So we have to really oh, here we go. Hey yo. Rottweiler salute. Salute the Rottweiler. All right, so we are you up to date? Are you up to the focus? Weinstein's going on trial on April 15th. That's a Tuesday. Texas, we in here. Are you from Texas too, Rottweiler? This is what I believe happened. Weinstein said, if you do this, I'll make your dreams come true, and the females did it. I mean, it doesn't matter though. You can't, unless President Trump completely. There's another word too. It's not even pardon. Somebody come up with the word. It's like there's pardon, not excuse, but it's not expunged, but it's similar to all those things, but it's even more. It's like where it didn't even happen. I'm trying to remember what it might be. It might be pardon, but there's another word I think that I'm missing. Facts. They weren't under the influence. Yeah. And I mean, that's another thing too. What were the circumstances? What were the circumstances? I'm not saying that Weinstein didn't do it. I'm just saying, what were the circumstances? Did they have full disclosure of what was going to happen that night? Was there room enough for them to say, nope, I'm all right. I'm gonna find a way to advance my career in other, pathways. This isn't it. Texas says that's not rape. That was two adults coming to an agreement. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to understand as well. I'm trying to get to that level of what happened on those various accounts, various encounters. What actually took place? Did they really find fault with what Weinstein actually had to say, or what did they do? What was it they were trying to do? He said, if that's what happened. I mean, yeah, we'll never know. We were never in those hotel rooms. We were never in those situations. Only the females and Weinstein know exactly what happened. But I will always default. I will always default. 3 rape convictions. 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3. 3 rape convictions. So, I mean, hell, it doesn't matter if they lied now. I mean, this is a man's life. This is a man's career. This is a man's his whole body of work. It doesn't make a difference. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter. But he won an Oscar for Shakespeare in Love. No one cares. He has 7 Oscars. No one cares. He has multi-million-dollar and billion-dollar movies that he made. Nobody cares. It doesn't even matter. Same thing with happening with Cosby. Same thing is happening with Diddy. And he's free. No, he's not free, but he's innocent. So Diddy is innocent, but he's not free. He's in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, United States of America. But so we don't know. We don't know what the hell happened. We have no clue. We have no clue what happened. We're not even have a shadow of a doubt, or a shadow of understanding, I should say, of what happened. Texas says, and all 3 of them didn't say anything till after they made money, so it didn't bother them that bad. Was it just the money though? Is it just the money though, Texas? I mean, money or your own self-worth, your own body, your own mind, your own identity, your own comfort level, your own ability to govern yourself through situations. What does that do? What does that do to your psychology? What does that do to your psyche? Is it just the dollar bill? I mean, it's simple to say that now because in hindsight, we say it's as another cliche. Hindsight is 2020, and it seems like it's that way in this case as well. Because Weinstein is going to be on the stand. He's going to pour out his heart. He can say whatever he wants. George's going to be like, oh, is he still talking? Like, are they going to blink? Are they even going to? Texas says for them females, it was for the money. They just some hoes. Maybe, possibly. I'm not going to put down any of them. I'm not going to put the name on any of them. You can do that, but not on my platform. You can say that in the comment section all you want. You have the freedom of speech to say that, but I cannot, confirm nor deny their promiscuity on any level. I have no facts to back anything. I have nothing to support those claims. But if you want to say that, that's fine. Say that. That's okay. So we really have to look into everything, into all the crevices and all the little cracks and little pieces that go on with what Harvey Weinstein is going to be doing on Tuesday, and that is it's tax day. It's also Patriots Day. I think in Massachusetts, not in New York, but I'm just saying, for for reference. It's the Boston Marathon. I think it runs on that day. I could be wrong, but I think I'm not. So it is very powerful. It's a very powerful situation for a once powerful man, now a shell of a man. He's not even a man anymore. He's just a hunk of flesh. And his buddies, the Clintons, terrible human beings, just horrible. They say, "Oh, Trump is a terrible." He is. Trump is a terrible human being, but so are the Clintons, so are the Obamas. Anybody within politics, and sometimes in entertainment field, just low down, disgusting, horrible, sell their soul for anything, just have no virtues, values, ethics, or morality, and just do anything they could possibly do, not just for money, not just for fame, but just just to say that they could do it, just to say they could do it. I can do that, and unlike Weinstein, they got away with it. Texas says, "Here we go with the Trump bullcrap with no facts, just pure hate." Facts. Hello, he is an anti-intellectual person. He has tariffs that he suspended for the time being, but he wants to put them in place. He's a terrible human being. He has the elementary school equivalent of an economics understanding. That's how much he knows about economics. The fifth grader kind of thought versus somebody that's more distinguished, more intellectual, more thoughtful. And like I said, it's not just Trump. It's Obama. It's Clinton. It's Biden. All of them horrible, horrific human beings. Terrible. Just because eggs and gas go down doesn't mean it's the president. The president should have nothing to do with the economy. The government should have nothing to do with the economics. It should not have nothing to do with it. It's going to be completely controlled by private means. The eggs can go down to 25 cents for a 12 count for a dozen eggs. It can go down to 25 cents. It still wouldn't matter. I would not, praise Trump. Oh my God. Oh, hallelujah. Thank you, Trump. Appreciate it. We needed that. It's nonsense. But they're all crooked. It just depends on the degree. That could be true. Give me facts on that. You can pull up an article that says Biden drove up egg prices. That proves my point. That's why we shouldn't have government politicians do anything within the sphere of economics. They should have nothing to do with it. They should have one goal and one goal only: protect individual rights. And you do that with the military law courts and the police force, and that's it. No other ones. No EPA. No NOAA. No OSHA. No. I'm glad they're getting rid of the Department of Education. They need to get rid of the Department of Energy. They need to get rid of a whole slew of alphabet soup, and not just shrink government, but take away its threshold on the country. Take away its reach, not just its size, but its scope. That's important. But I digress. We got a court case coming up on Tuesday. That's going to be extraordinary because Weinstein's going to have his day in court again. He's probably going to take the stand. I don't know if he took the stand in his first cases, his previous cases. I don't know if he did that. I didn't see that in my research. It just says when he went in and when he went out, went out of court and into a prison cell. I mean that just is reality. That's just the reality. So you have, dunderheads like Biden and fugazi Negroes like Obama and dim-witted tyrants, wannabes like Trump. They're all in the same back. They're all together. Clinton, Bush Senior has blood on his hands. My fellow Marines, airmen, sailors, soldiers, Coast Guardsmen. I mean, come on. I mean, it's just, I can run down a list. They're not good. And what's sad is it's like one of my favorite songs, my favorite NERD songs, Lap Dance. He said, they all sound like politicians to me. Oh baby, you want me? Oh, you can get this lap dance here for free. I did not say it's Trump. I said Bush. Go back. You might have to retract this. You might have to reverse the tape. But Trump extended. He kept going. He didn't start any wars. No, he didn't. I'm not going to say that. I did not say he started any wars. I said Bush. I said Bush has blood on his hands. Bush has blood on his hands. Yeah, they're all the same horrible people. And that's what I'm saying. Not that they all started the wars. I said they're all the same crooked politicians. Just terrible. Terrible human being. And it's like, where are the real politicians? What is it that breaks down, people that are potentially good, potentially righteous, potentially moralistic? What is it that breaks them down? What is it that stops them in their tracks and says that they cannot continue anymore unless I default on my morals, default on my ethics, default on my values, my virtues? I mean that they're the same in the sense that they had to sell their souls. I don't know to what and for what and with what. They all sold their souls. Obama, Trump, Biden, Clinton, George W. Bush, H.W. Bush, Reagan. You can go on back. I mean, it's the 20th century. Hasn't been a proper president probably since Abraham Lincoln. He was the last intellectual president in history. He was the last thoughtful president. And even he had his flaws. But like I said, we have a court case on Tuesday. Weinstein. Texas says the real politician is the current commander in chief. I disagree with you on that wholeheartedly, sir. He is completely inept. He's completely, totally bungling every situation that he's put in. He's horrible. He is horrible. I'll say that Obama was the worst president, but now Trump is the worst president. He's fighting for the worst president at the bottom. They're fighting for the bottom. Obama was horrific. Trump's first administration was a catastrophe. Biden's administration was horrible. Was low grade. Trump's current position now, just what do we got? Hasn't even been 4 months yet. Hasn't even been 3 months, really. He's a mess. He's a total mess. You can disagree, but you are the minority on that. Okay. I can be the minority. The smallest Ayn Rand said the smallest minority in the world is the individual. He won the electoral and popular vote. That is true. He swept all the swing states. That is true. That is a fact. But doesn't mean it's right. Would you have a trillion? Would you have a Googleplex of zeros or one? If you had just the zeros will fill up reams and reams and reams of paper, just zeros all over the place, zeros. Or and if you asked what the value was between the one and the zeros, Which would you pick? The 1 or the 0s? Charles Moran, salute. So it is a sad shame that we have to look at Weinstein and consider Trump, because he's terrible human being as well. But he's not degrees. This is the degrees. This is degrees, kids. Trump is not Weinstein. He's not that horrific. He's not that bad. And that, I mean, what is that statement? Well, he's not as bad as Harvey Weinstein. That's how awful our politicians are right now. Trump ain't hurting my pockets just like he did his first term. That's all right, but you're supposed to be selfless, right? You're not supposed to be selfish. You're supposed to be altruistic. You're supposed to care about your fellow man more than yourself, right? Aren't you? Aren't you supposed to be altruistic? You're not supposed to be selfish, right? You're not supposed to be rationally self-interested. You're supposed to be concerned with your neighbor's pockets and making sure he gets paid. You don't get paid. That's the reality. Nah, get rid of all that. Now you just went on some other tangent. Get rid of all the illegals. Keep the illegals. I say join the party. Ice, baby. I say join the party. I say, you're here for, the reason being to try to make a better life for yourself. And this is the land to do it. This is the place to do it. It's ironic that he's getting rid of all these people that are actually willing to work. And the people that are unwilling to work, that are, just, couch potatoes, playing video games and not getting paid for it. I like people that get paid for playing video games or just playing video games for leisure. But these are people that are making it like their occupation when they're not getting paid for it. Texas says the reason they are here is because they don't respect our laws. I don't even understand that assertion. I think they do understand our laws. Whoever is here that is illegal and is possible that want to work and want to create and build a better life for themselves, they should stay here. They should be processed. They should be able to work. It should be a tough time. It should be very difficult trying to be a citizen of America. It should take maybe 5 to 10, 20 years before they become actual citizens of the United States of America. And they should have the ability to go in and go where they are. They are criminals as soon as they enter illegally. If they're enter illegally, I would say they're criminals only by default and only by the way of people that view them as criminals, in a sense of not going through the process of vetting them for diseases and making sure they're not terrorists and things like that. That's not the majority of people coming into this country. They're trying to escape hellholes like Venezuela. They're trying to escape hellholes like El Salvador. You talking like it's a right to be in America. It's not a right, it's a privilege. I'm not sure if the wording is correct, but I think you do have a right to be in America. I think so. I think you have a right. You have by the Constitution, just by the constitutional law. You do have a right as an American citizen, or on your way to being an American citizen. You gain the right to rights and privileges of being an American. That's what I understand. If I understand that assertion correctly. But Weinstein, I go on tangents, y'all. I go on tangents. Weinstein is going on the stand most likely on Tuesday. He will have his day in court. He will have his own ability. Texas says you don't have a right to be in America if you're not a citizen. I think you do. Just like people with green cards, people with visas, people with passports, they may not be American citizens, but they have the right to be in America. That's a fact. That's a fact. So the people that get over here illegally, I would say give them the chance to get, all the medical care, give them, different packages that create, could help them start businesses, create wealth, do all these things. I would rather that happen. People come over here because they are poor and we have a consumer economy. We have a producer economy. I disagree with you, Charles. So they see us buying everything, but they don't realize it's all on credit. Well, I disagree with you on that, Charles. We're a producer economy. Everything has that you can see. What I'm wearing, this hat, this shirt, this MacBook, produced probably in different places all over the globe, from Vietnam to Singapore to China. Assembled in certain areas. No, we are producers, sir. We cannot. You cannot. This is a pretty much. I have to ask about this. There's a. It's not a conundrum. It's a. Oh God. Oh my God. I'm going blank. I'm trying to remember the name. I'm gonna come up with it in a few seconds. What do we produce? We produce anything that anybody goes to work. What are there, like 270 million workers in this country? People are going and have jobs. We produce all kinds of things. The majority of the things in your house are American made. Yes, there's made in China, there's made in Vietnam, but the majority of them are made in America. Our clothes, cars made overseas. Yes, but they're by American companies. American companies produce those certain things. They have different workers for that. Texas says, Charles, my truck was made in Michigan. Yes, it probably was. Is it a Ford? I bet it's a Ford. I bet it's a Ford 350. You don't even deal with 150 or 250. You got a 350, don't you, Texas? And you got a Confederate flag. Oh, Chevy. You got a Chevy. Okay. And you got a Confederate flag and a Trump 2024's flag on the back of it. Mr. Troy Star Terrain had a Confederate flag on his property on the roof of his Look up Xinjiang. Okay, I mean, who knows about that? Who knows whatever the hell is going on with Xinjiang? No. You show me. This is why I give credit for credit. Credit is due. Texas actually issued multiple. When I said look up, give me the stats and facts and figures, he provided me with that. I appreciate that, Texas. Thank you for doing that, Charles. I don't look up Xinjiang. You give me an article in Xinjiang and I'll read it, and if it's enough that I can comb through it, I'll read a little bit on the air. But yeah. So you look up Xinjiang and you tell me about it in a link. So yeah, Tuesday Weinstein is going to be on the stand, most likely. Charles is a socialist, allegedly. Oh man, that's good thing you said allegedly, because I'm not going to be in this fight for you, and you're saying he actually is, and he isn't, and he wants to sue me because this is going to be on my platform. So okay, Charles is saying he's not a socialist, so he's not a socialist. So I cannot say any further. I'm trying to remember that word. I'm thinking of the word. I can't think of the word. Oh my God. I can't remember what it is. Oh my God, this is crazy. It's like a conundrum. It's like a conundrum. That's all I can do. We produce in order to consume, and we consume in order to produce. You understand? We have to do things in that way. Well, definitely a liberal, allegedly. How are you gonna say definitely and allegedly at the same time? He says definitely and allegedly. But no, it's. I'm gonna look it up. This is gonna bother me the rest of the night. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, this is terrible. I'm looking it up right now. Oh my god, are you kidding me? All right, I have to look it up on my phone now. Oh my god. This is horrible. My brain is like not even working right now. A paradox. God damn. Couldn't even remember. Paradox. Paradox. You have to. The statement or situation that appears contradictory or absurd, but may contain a deeper truth or reveal a different perspective. So it's a paradox that we have to consume in order to produce, but also we have to produce in order to consume. In 2022, okay, I have no idea where this is coming from. Texas gave me actual, documentation. He gave me links. In 2022, U.S. household final consumption expenditure accounted for 34% of global household consumption, making it the top country in this regard. I have no idea where your facts and figures are because you didn't give me a site. You didn't give me a link. So I kind of just said that just to say it. So, Charles, we produce nothing. Exactly. We produce a lot. We produce a lot. And don't get it confused. Just because we want to get the best product for the best price. I don't give a damn where it's made. I want the greatest product for the best price. I'm not, a person that says America's strong. You have to buy American. You have to buy American. No, you have to get the best product for the best price. That's the American way. That's the true statement of American. So Texas is asking Charles. So Charles, we produce nothing. I always say it's a paradox. We produce to consume, and we consume to produce. It's a paradox. But Weinstein, he's gonna be on the stand most likely. And what is he gonna say? I can't even imagine what he's gonna say. Well, I've been in prison for the past few years on 3 counts of rape, and things haven't been peachy for me, I should say. Eh, I made mistakes, that's sure. Eh, maybe intentionally forced myself on people and disregarded their personal space and their individual rights. I mean, what is he going to say? What can he say? What is this going to be his basis? What is this going to be his argument? Who's gonna is he gonna take the stand? He may not take the stand. That's still up in the air. There was jury selection. They had to have a jury. But there was jury selection for Weinstein, and they had to be objective, which is weird because how can you be objective and still make sure that this monster doesn't get out of his cage? You still have to be objective no matter what, but how do you maintain that objectivity and an objective statement that Weinstein is a complete and utter hunk of flesh? That's it. He's not even a human being. He's lower than an animal. To say he's a snake is a disrespect and a terrible, disgusting way of showing that snakes are evil or something like that. Some ridiculous claim like that. Charles Moran says we produce a lot, but we are number 2 producers, number 1 consumers. China is by far the largest producer on earth. Okay, that could be true, but I would love to see some. I would love to see some links. Charles, give me some links. Texas gives me links. He gave me links earlier. I respect him for that. Charles, you have not produced any links whatsoever. I need you to say, you had a quote, but I'm not sure if that's even true or anything. I have to see proper documentation. Charles is part of the CCP allegedly. Oh my God, he was one of the people that had their arms folded when people were picking away at the wall in 1989. Were you even alive in 1989, Charles Moran? What's your email for work? I'm typing them into the chat. Nope, I'm trying to spread knowledge. Okay. 1982. So you were 7 years old, and you were chipping away at when other people were chipping away at the wall, you had your arms folded like this. You're just I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing with you. But Weinstein. Yes, Weinstein. This is all about Weinstein. This is America, people. I thought that's Jay-Z. That's Hove. I thought this was America, people. Innocent until proven guilty. Well, he's been proven guilty. Weinstein has definitely been proven guilty. No question. Yes, Weinstein. Sorry, back to the main topic. I know. I had to get myself back to the main topic. I'll go on tangents. But it's all good. It's all good. So, Me Too movement is losing steam. I don't know. I think it just picked it up again with Diddy and Russell Brand. Diddy and Russell Brand are definitely, in the running for, Me Too 2.0. And Weinstein, convicted felon of rape 3 times, can't take that away. Can't undo, can't control, alt delete that. Can't undo that. That's permanent. Doesn't matter what even if Weinstein is let free as a dove in the air after a funeral. He's left free as a dove flying away. It will not matter. It will not make a difference. It will not make any difference whatsoever. It will not make any difference. So I don't know if the Me Too movement is losing steam. I think they're gaining steam again. And it could be another bombshell. Russell Brand was a bombshell because his actions are, from 1999. His earliest issues are from 1999, just like Cosby and Weinstein had issues from the 70s and 80s and 90s. 30, 40, 50 years ago. So the Me Too movement may be picking up traction once again if these women come forth, and men in Diddy's case, if they come forth and say all that needs to be said about them. Just the original Me Too movement: Garrison Keillor, Matt Lauer, Charlie Rose. These journalists, these men in the media. Who else? Who was the smartest person in all this besides Russell Simmons? I would say Hugh Hefner. He actually had the decency to die before all of this could blow up in his face, and he was probably going to get the worst end of the stick. So he actually just passed away before any of this got too thick. But Weinstein is going on the stand on Tuesday, and I have what is that? 2 more shows? No, one more show before this actually happens. So I will see you there, hopefully around this time or a little bit earlier. Thank you for watching. Take care.